We're coming to you live from DDX Studios here in Pigeon Forge. My name is Ron Crivoloni, and I get the honor of hosting Get Married in the Smokies, a show that highlights wedding professionals, highlights different things or places you can get married here in the Smokies. If you have any questions or want certain kind of content, please let me know, and I'll be glad to put that on here. We're getting ready to start our next segment, and we'll start that after this intro. Good afternoon, and live from the DDX Studios here in Pigeon Forge. On Facebook, it's Mountain Fun Life. And my name is Ron, your host for Get Married in the Smokies, where I get the honor of highlighting wedding professionals and letting everyone know what there is to do here for weddings and events in the Smokies. And so now we're about to take a voyage, Get Married in the Smokies, as I introduce my next guest, and that is Christina Collins with the Titanic Attraction Museum here in Pigeon Forge.
Good afternoon, Ron.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, most everyone knows the story of the Titanic.
Yes.
But we have an attraction here in Pigeon Forge, as I just knock over this here on live Facebook. So please, first of all, tell me the Titanic. What's the Titanic about?
Titanic's a museum that tells the history and the story of the 2,208 passengers and crew that were aboard the ship back in 1912. We have over 400 artifacts aboard the ship that our physical owner, John Johnson, that actually went down in 1987 and was a part of the second expedition to the actual Titanic and brought up over 1,800 artifacts over his 44 days at sea and 33 dives later.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so I know that this attraction's become very well known, very popular in the area, and you're always adding different things. But there's a different side of the Titanic, and that's what we're here to discuss. So let's talk about, and if you noticed it from the movie, I believe it was when Leonardo DiCaprio was at the helm of the ship, he's like, "I'm the king of the world!"
Yes.
So it could be a fairy tale, a vision for having a grand event. And so tell me about those events.
Yes, our biggest one, of course, promoting the weddings here in the Smokies, is getting married on our grand staircase. Yes, if you love Titanic and is truly a Titaniac, then we physically can marry you on our grand staircase. We can reenact you as Kate and Jack and Rose and Jack, and have you on that grand staircase right in front of our replica to the true size of the grand staircase that was on the Titanic, aboard that in front of that beautiful grandfather clock, and that you get married officially by our captain, minister, that he does the whole ceremony and everything else, and you can say "I do" to your lifelong soulmate.
That's awesome. So you get like the whole romance of the staircase and everything that comes with it. And then there also is a secret dining room.
There is. Nobody knows about it if you're on a normal tour. It is called our third floor secret dining room. And as you see behind us, and here is another shot of it, it is a secret dining room. We give you first class dining experience that you would actually have on the Titanic. It can hold up to 200 people. If you're getting married somewhere else and need a reception space, that can also be given to you. You do not need to get married at the Titanic, but you can use this also as your reception venue. But then also you can do a one-stop shop. We can provide you your wedding spot to get married, and then we take you up to that third floor to where you can sit and enjoy a lovely brunch, lunch, or dinner with your family on the Titanic.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, here's a question I have. So, let's say I'm a groom and I'm shopping around here and I want to do something special, but maybe, how is the Titanic something that could appeal to my senses as far as this is how I want to do something for my fiance?
Well, for one, is if you have not proposed to your fiance yet and you are wanting to pop that question, we actually offer secret proposals on the grand staircase.
Very nice.
Our actual crew presents it. We have it all set up, and he then gets down on his hands and knees and asks his soon-to-be wife the famous question, will you marry me?
Marry me.
And so we do have a lot of different things, just not the secret proposals and then the actual marriages. We actually then do the vow renewals. And you
Okay.
could be celebrating your 1 anniversary the whole way up to 50th anniversary, which we do a lot of the 50th vow renewals.
Now, has this been a part of the Titanic since it opened up here in Pigeon
Yes,
Forge?
yes it has. Yes,
And
it
and
has.
for how long has the Titanic been here?
The Pigeon Forge Titanic opened up in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
They also have one in Branson, Missouri that does the same things. They do the weddings on the grand staircase. So I definitely will plug that also. That's
Sure.
Branson, Missouri. If you're up in that location, they also do promote weddings on their grand staircase too. The event manager also up there, her name's Christina also. So definitely reach out to either one of us, whatever location you are going to be closest to. We would love to have you on our grand staircase.
So what are some of the questions you get when a bride is inquiring about being able to possibly have the Titanic as part of their event?
You know, of course, what it includes, what you can do is call myself or call Christina in Branson. We have this lovely wedding brochure. It talks about all of the wedding packages, because we also, if you don't want on the grand and you're more on a budget,
Yeah.
we also have the fountain outside in front of the Titanic.
Right.
That is fully the same as you would be getting married on our grand staircase, just a different atmosphere.
Okay.
And that. But it includes everything from photographer to your wedding coordinator to your professional music. And then also, with it normally being a destination wedding,
Right.
a lot of times the count is really low. You know, it's normally about 25. So that's what we package to, is 25 people. That also includes your tour of the museum. But
Okay.
can we accommodate more? Yes, I can accommodate up to 100 people at the grand staircase, and we would just price assess it from there.
I gotcha. So, I mean, not only can you get married at the Titanic, but you can propose, you can do a renewal, you can have it to where you have your own dining space, and also tour the museum, which is great.
Yes.
Because I've had the opportunity to go quite a few times, and I always like it because, number one, you always discover something different, but also the Titanic Museum changes quite often.
It does. Our owners always look at something different between John and Mary. They're already looking at 2019 and 2020 of exhibits and galleries that we can change in the museum to keep the people coming back.
Sure.
You don't want to get stagnant in your atmosphere. So our newest big thing that we have this year is we actually have the world's largest Lego ship. A 10-year-old boy made it. He does live in Iceland. And this Lego ship has 56,000 Legos. It's 26 feet long by 4 feet by 5 feet tall. And you already are going, wow, that's a really big structure. But that's not the story. The story is that this boy at 10 years old grew up loving Titanic. By the age of 10, he knew everything about Titanic. And yet he has autism. So that there is, we tell the story, yes, you can come in and physically see this ship in our museum up until the end of this year, December 31st. And, but it's that story behind it, that this 10-year-old boy with autism built his dream of a Titanic replica out of Legos with his grandfather.
Now, if you haven't been to the museum at all, I encourage you to go, because it's phenomenal as far as its presentation. It's phenomenal of the people get into the stories and the different stories you can read about and the different stories that you hear about. And that's what makes it the whole presentation. You actually feel like you step back into that era of when the Titanic originally sailed. And for someone who had a chance to go check out the Lego ship and actually meet the young gentleman now who's like 17?
He's 15.
Oh, 15.
15.
That was just an amazing experience. And you know, as much as I like to think that I'm motivated to see this Lego ship together, that's just way more patience than I have. So that's an incredible, incredible testament to someone who really enjoyed the Titanic and wanted to do something because of their love for that. So I encourage you to check that out. So with the Titanic Museum, you know, I'm sure with you it's got to be a unique experience each and every time with the different weddings and events that you get to host.
It is. Every single one is different. There's not one the same. By the outfits, they will come. This last one I just had over this weekend for her dress rehearsal, she came as Kate as the ship was sinking in that rose dress of the pink and the purple dress. She got it off of Amazon.
That's awesome.
And wore the Heart of the Ocean necklace. So you have everything from then to your country weddings to everything. We can host whatever your dream is to make your dream come true, saying I do to your man that you love on the grand staircase.
So if people are looking at this and going, you know what, the Titanic actually sounds like a great idea, how do they get a hold of you?
You can actually reach out to me. My email address is christina.collins@titanicattraction.com, or you physically can call my direct line. It's 865-868-3043.
Well, thank you, Christina, so much for taking the time. I know, like I say, the Titanic attraction has been just a great, they do so much for the community, they bring so much to the area, and it's, I mean, there's something new every time that you see it. So if you're in town, the Titanic attraction definitely has to be on your list of things to do. And again, if you're looking for that dream wedding and event, the Titanic is something you want to look at.
Yes.
So again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Like I say, my name is Ron with Get Married at the Smokies, and my goal is to highlight different wedding professionals, different things to do for weddings and events, and hopefully give you some ideas on how to plan when you come to this area. So thank you to DDX Studios, Mountain Fun Life. This is Ron with Get Married in the Smokies saying that I'll see you soon.